Leaving Warra, we headed for the Chinchilla district, first passing through the small community of Brigalow, with its towering grain silos. Crossing over the Condamine, we headed first for the campground known as Archers Crossing Southside. After several kilometers of gravel road we arrived at the campground, to find only 3 other campers there, and lots of space. After looking around we picked a spot between the trees, close to the boat ramp at the end of the camping area. The tide here was reasonably high, and flowing very slowly. A couple of tracks take you on a circular walk around the next bend in the river. Along the way is an example of a tree which has bark removed in the traditional way. This bark is used for baskets, shields and many other domestic uses. On the way back we startled a large goanna which scrambled up the closest tree. A little later a tree appeared close to our van, and climbed a nearby tree, to come down again a few. After Archers Crossing we spent a night at the Chinchilla Showgrounds, and drove to look at the weir.
Victoria's going to the bad, this bullocky cannot live. The price of cottage comes so low, the squatter's nothing to give. There's a railway in every corner, you can meet them at every stride. So wheel away in the morning to the blooming Queen's Lights.
The water here is well below the level of the weir, but still high enough for boating. Here there was some jet ski training going on. The camping area here was full when we looked previously, but is a good spot for a future visit.
Perhaps with some young dashing belle walking by your side. You've been doing a little killing on the bloomin' Queensland side. If old Whitefoot in the pole could speak, I bet he'd answer no. I always have been true to you wherever I did go. And if I now prove false to you, may the grave my body hide, and I'll never more set foot again on the bloomin' Queensland side. I know my bullock, he is true, was always true to me. I only wanted to try you and to hear what you would say.
From Chinchilla the next stop was the town of Condamine. We were headed for a camp a few kilometers to the south, but took a drive through town and over the Condamine Bridge first.
I'll teach you, my darling, a damper how to bake. Fry chops in the morning and cook a brownie cake. And on the top of my wagon so gaily.
There is no water flowing here, and the stonefish ladder under the bridge is completely dry. The just one way at a time, especially for large trucks. Next to the bridge is a park, with the usual picnic facilities. Also here is the riverboat, as it is known, which was donated to the town, to cross the river in early flood times. In the flood of 1927 there were several drownings, including children, and a plaque commemorates this loss. A little further along the main street is Bell Park. Here is a giant replica of the Condamine bell. These were bells first made here from old saw blades for use on cattle and horses by the early drovers. Each bell has a distinct tone, and we saw these with Ned Winter back at Cecil Plains. While in town we took a brief look at the cemetery. Here are graves dating back to the 1850s, and also those of the mothers, aunties, and children who drowned in the 1927 flood. Only 7 kilometers south of Condamine is the camping area at Caligal Lagoon. This was a very quiet area for a few days, and we set up close to the water. The lagoon was very still, and provided great reflections in the late afternoon light. This was followed by a rising full moon. While here we were visited by another goanna, which was startled up a nearby tree, finally and tentatively coming down again after a few minutes, and wandering off to the water's edge. As it was the Easter weekend, we decided to stay, and were joined by several groups of water skiers. They successfully entertained us for the weekend, and by Monday, were demonstrating their skills in trick skiing. Here these two guys are using a disc, a plank of wood, a milk crate and a garden chair. By the end of their run they had successfully sat on the chair while skiing, and then both skied on the single round disc. After Easter, the lagoon returned to its tranquil state, and we were treated to a typical river country sunset.